heaven?
No. It's Iowa.
I am the protagonist of this story.
You don't have a name? You're just going with protagonist?
No, just the protagonist.
Huh. Interesting.
And should we start at the end of this podcast?
Thanks for listening. Have a great one.
I feel like that's a little annoying.
Why don't you tell that to Christopher Nolan if it's so fucking annoying? He loves doing this shit.
Don't be so dramatic, Ben.
I'm going to be a little dramatic. We're going to crash it into an airport.
We're talking Tenet on the Pot of Dreams.
We all believe we'd run into the burning building. But until we feel that heat, we can never know. You do. You chose to die instead of giving up your colleagues. That test you passed? Not everybody does. Welcome to the afterlife.
To do what I do, I need some idea of the threat we face.
As I understand it, we're trying to prevent World War III.
Nuclear holocaust.
No. Something worse.
All I have for you is a word. Tenet. It'll open the right doors, some of the wrong ones too.
You have to start looking at the world in a new way.
Don't try to understand it. Feel it.
What'll happen here?
Hasn't happened yet.
Hello, welcome. Thank you all for listening to the Pot of Dreams. If you listen, we will pod. Ben, Kevin, Eric. Here we go. We're doing Tenet, Christopher Nolan's movie. I picked it because it's Nolan summer, although that feels like that's over now. Now it's more like Spider-Man summer.
Spider-Man summer, yeah.
But I wanted to revisit Tenet. Kind of a movie lost to time in a weird way. Came out right sort of at the height of the pandemic. One of the only like big movies that came out in 2020. 6 years ago. That's crazy that was that long ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I've seen it. I think this is the third time I've watched it. And it's one of his movies like I wanted to crack, and I thought it'd be fun to talk about. I think it's an interesting movie. And yeah, that's why I picked it. What did you guys think of Tenet?
It's my third time watching it as well, and I was trying to piece it together a little bit more in my head, and I think I got it this time.
Yeah, yes, I think I understand it now.
Yeah, my second time, and one thing I did this time that helped immensely was I did subtitles on.
Oh, yeah.
I absolutely had to. It made the experience much better because the droniness and the audio has some issues, especially that opening scene in the opera house. I was lost the first time.
This is the height of the like mumbling dialogue.
And I couldn't understand. And like something would be like one quick line that I'd barely hear or understand, and I could not figure out what was going on. So I like redid it with closed captions, and that helped. I put more of the pieces together. I don't know that I understand it, quote unquote, but I think I understand. I understand it a lot better, and I'm pretty close.
He must have like heard that criticism, and because like Oppenheimer, I don't think there's that problem, and the Odyssey, I don't think there's that problem of not. I mean, that was a big criticism of like the Dark Knight Rises. this movie huge. Like there's dialogue you just can't understand. Everybody has a mask on, and you can't understand what they're saying.
Right, and it's going so fast, and so I just didn't even know what was happening and who was doing what. And I was like, man, the closed caption helped so much. And the guy with the like Ukrainian accent, I was like, I don't even know what he's saying hardly. So that really helped. It is a complicated movie in a lot of ways because some stuff is really just like a line here, and then it gets referenced again by another line. And that's like it. But it really, really helped.
So me watching this the third time, like I think it's a cold movie. Like it doesn't have emotional stuff that like Inception has. I think it's a more fun movie, but it really like to me this is really like a sequel to Inception. It's like he had this like cool idea. He wanted to make an action movie around it, and has this like mind blowing idea, and I think it's one of his movies that like for me it's probably on the lower tier of his movies. I think some people like have grown to really love this, but just because it's sort of a cold movie, and I think maybe it's John David Washington. There's just something about the way he acts in this movie is like it's like he's not a real human at all in this movie. But I think the concept, and especially like if you get to like the midway point in this movie and essentially from there they start going back, like that just like I had to pause the movie. That like hurt my head watching the third time because I don't know if I totally like connected that. Like now we're going back halfway through that movie back to the start. It's just like that's so fucking smart, right? Like when they go into the thing and you know now he's going backwards. It's so brilliant and such a cool idea.
Yeah, I thought of two movies a lot with this. One, more than any other Nolan movie, this felt like a Bond movie to me.
Yeah.
It's a spy. Inception feels like that at times, but like this one felt almost beginning to end. The guy, he doesn't feel like a real person. He feels like such an action hero that he's not relatable. And it's not a problem that he's not relatable.
He doesn't even have a name. I mean, his name is literally the protagonist.
But it felt very, very Bond. We're going to these locations and doing these complicated, crazy things, and here are these people that help, and we got to use intelligence and kind of come up with a plan. And the other one was Looper, because I couldn't think about the fundamental like mechanics of what the movie's implying too much without going totally batty. And there's a line early in the movie where like best not to think about it too much. I had to kind of
the woman when she's explaining it,
it's like okay, I got it. All right, I'm not going to try to really think about it. Like when there's when he gets in the car accident and then like the flames come, but then ice appears. I didn't quite understand like who was backwards, forwards. Didn't quite understand how that happened, but okay. How the going in backwards and who's doing what. It just got really kind of complicated. But it's fun. I mean, it is just a really, really fun movie. Is the bottom line is, it goes at a crackling pace. It just moves.
Because you can just not think about that stuff and just like enjoy the action part of it and like the spy part of it. And, they're on yachts and like, there's just a lot of cool shit in the movie too.
Yeah. It's the Nolan spectacle.
Yeah.
He really puts on good set pieces, good action. And everything interlaces really well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I also love, too, that, like, he's always sort of criticized, like, with Dunkirk and all of his movies where he's like, oh, this guy always has to play with time. And then he, like, made a movie only about playing with time. And, like, he's got all his little tricks in this movie, too, and even at the end where he's talking about Oppenheimer and, like, that ended up being his next movie, which was like, holy shit, that's crazy, too. That the kernel of
he
like
was thinking about it for a while.
Like and then you can see in the Odyssey has got some of those tricks too, kind of taken from this movie. But yeah, I just think like if you go through the movie, like you watch it again and all right, when they first go into what are the places they keep the antiquities, the
Oh, the
The
Freeport?
Freeport? Yeah,
Freeport,
like
yeah.
which is that even a real thing? Is that like I don't maybe it isn't. It sounds cool. Sounds like
Well,
you
it
keep
sounds
your
like a
art
thing
there.
rich people would do to not have
Yeah.
to pay taxes on shit. Sure.
Yeah. Sounds really cool. But yeah, when they first get there and there's like it's like a heist movie then at that point, right? They're trying to figure out how to break into it, but you don't really know why, and you don't really know what they're looking for. I suppose he doesn't yet know what he's looking for. And the plane crashed like that. That's just like Kevin, you're saying, it's a spectacle. It's like he literally crashed a giant 747 into a building like that. That wasn't a model. That was an actual thing.
Yeah.
And then we see that again, right? Because then they go back through it and you see that it's actually him that's coming back through time that they run into. And then Pattinson knew the whole time that's what, because he'd already done it.
Well, he didn't he look surprised when he saw that it was the protagonist that he unmasked for briefly?
Yeah, I think that's confusing too, right? If he knew that was going to happen because he'd already done it, why was he surprised? Because he didn't say anything. Because he's like, I didn't want to. If I tell you, then you won't do it.
Well, there's
right?
a lot of that. Like, I can't tell you because it'll change the future, so I gotta withhold information. There's a lot of that happens in this. But while you bring up Robert Pattinson, he's, I think, the real MVP of the movie.
He steals this movie.
He is, insofar as there's any emotions, he is the guy. And it's like,
you're almost like, why isn't he the star of this movie?
I'm glad he's not, because he gets more to do as the assist guy. When he first meets protagonist, you see a look on his face and he looks really concerned and worried. And we find out in retrospect that he knows that he's going to, like, at the end of whatever they're doing, this is this guy's first meeting, but this is going to be his last, that he's going to die at the end of this. Like, he knows. He sees them. He understands, like, this is the end. This is going to end with me dying, right? Because doesn't he die at the very end?
Yes,
yeah, but how long before he comes back and then dies? Right? Because at the end of the movie, John David, he leaves John David Washington, and he's like, "This is the end of our
redo it to get them out of the lock, and he's going to die." Right, but that's the end of their relationship. Yeah. But he knows because their relationship is inverted. Like when he first meets, what's actually John David Washington? Would you say what's the
Denzel's son?
Yeah, so no, that makes sense. He's in Black Klansman, right?
Also an ex-professional football player.
But their relationship is inverted, right? So he's going to recruit him anyway, he says we get into some stuff, and he's remembering all the adventures they'd had in the past, adventures that John David Washington, protagonist, isn't going to experience yet. So I think when he sees him and he knows...
But for Pattinson, it is the past. He's already done it.
Correct, but he knows that he's going to die, but he's at the end.
Yes. Yeah.
So he knows when he first sees John David Washington show up, he's like, oh, he's already knows that this is going to be the end. Like, this is the beginning for him and for me. So he knows. I mean, he's this like ghostly look on his face is what I'm saying when he sees him. And he knows he likes Diet Coke or whatever. And anyway, he has all these little subtle facial expressions because he just knows.
Yeah, there's little kernels in there. Yeah.
He does these just really great face subtle acting. He's just really good. I mean, he's just great. He's what makes a lot of it work. He's the only one with any personality, really, in the entire movie. Everybody else is pretty bland. Anyway, I just wanted to point out he's fantastic. He elevates it.
Elizabeth Debicki is the woman. Like, I think she does a good job, but she's just sort of, this sort of like fearful woman.
Yeah, she doesn't have much to do, right? It's not about her performance. Her character doesn't have a lot she can do. She's in this horrible relationship with this, shitty oligarch guy, and she can't get out.
Yeah, and I like what he does. I think as a bad guy,
yeah, he's fine.
Yeah,
again, also fine, not amazing, just generic Russian guy or Ukrainian guy, excuse me, sort of Soviet, whatever.
Yeah, I didn't buy Kenneth Branagh as a Soviet though. That was kind of a leap for me.
The accent wasn't always there.
Yeah,
he's just he's hamming it up. Like
he is.
He's at like a 15 out of 10 in this movie. which I appreciated because he's just a bad guy, you know.
Yeah.
He's a Bond villain.
He's a Bond villain. He's 100% a Bond villain. Every bit of and it's fine. It works. It's not bad, but I mean, I think you could have made a more exciting, compelling villain, but he's not.
That's the only role. The weird thing is like David Washington and like they don't have like a romance really. It's not like they're into each other, which I think would have maybe worked a little better.
I mean, there's a little attraction, but
weird.
It's subtle. No, I like that it's subtle. They doesn't do the Bond thing where they have to hook up at some point. Like it's there. I think they are into each other, but it's never explicit, and they can't be together, and they kind of all accept that. They both accept that, I think. You know, she's into him. Like when he walks out, like she meets him at the restaurant, and then like the dudes show up to beat him up, and then he walks out and does the like dusts himself off after kicking everybody's ass. She gives him a look, right? She's a little like, oh.
Well, she's crying because she's like, oh my God, you just killed this guy. And then when she realizes he's like, not dead, he's like, maybe he doesn't always get what he wants. Yeah. But so we're supposed to believe that Branagh he's some international arms dealer, right? And he's married her, who's like an art dealer or art specialist. And then, you know, she realizes he's crazy, and their relationship
falls apart. He got a message from the future.
Right. He was alerted to this technology from the future.
Yeah.
Intentionally, because they want him to destroy the world.
That's right.
That woman, the Indian woman, wants him to do it.
Does she?
Right?
No, I think she's.
Yeah, because that's why David Washington kills her.
Out. Not every piece is settled.
No, I mean she gets killed because she wanted to kill the
she's trying to tie up loose ends.
Yeah.
But why?
Because she just doesn't want anybody to know about it.
Yeah, she knows about Tenet and the algorithm.
Okay.
But I don't.
So we don't know who told him in the future to.
No, we don't. We never
seek these devices and destroy the world.
Didn't they say it was some lady who invented the technology because the world's fucked and they want to go back and fix stuff?
Oh, right. Yeah, because the environment
wanted to kill the world. I don't know
apart.
that they wanted him to destroy the world. I think they wanted us to make better choices. But I don't think he was supposed to destroy the world. I think that's him being spiteful.
No,
because he has cancer, right?
I saw it as that would reverse time, and then people could go back and then enjoy, because it's reverse entropy, so that would reverse everything, and the time would flow backwards, and then the people from the future could experience the past where things were better.
Yeah,
I thought he was going to destroy all time for everybody. I'm really
confused. I thought
no. The future,
because she references the
future
Oppenheimer,
wanted
the
him
Einstein
to do
theory.
that.
Why wouldn't it destroy it would destroy the future and the past? I don't
see. That was they talked about the grandfather paradox. If you killed your grandfather, how did you do it? Because
would you have ever existed?
Yeah, but they're saying that if we destroy the past, then we could then inhabit the past.
Rebuild it. Yeah.
Okay. I guess I missed that.
Yeah, that's repentance. Is like, does your head hurt yet? Yeah.
There's a scene like that in Looper where like we could be looking at straws and like at some point just don't try to think about it too much and just let the premise keep rolling because it gets really weird.
What was that one time travel movie that was like super
Looper?
Trippy?
I'm sorry, Primer.
Primer, yeah. That movie's a mind fuck for sure.
Yeah, that one that one all ties up together and makes sense. It's pretty wild how they do it.
I thought about that a lot because that movie's kind of cold too, in the way that I think Tenet's kind of cold.
Yeah.
It's more like a science experiment than it is like a movie, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there are the other set piece too. Like at the very end, the like attack at the base thing. Like it's cool. It looks cool.
It looks cool, but yeah, I didn't know what was going on really.
I don't really know who's fighting
understand.
who. Yeah.
I couldn't understand how it was working.
It's a temporal pincher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then when what's the Aaron Taylor Joy or whatever, or what's his name, Aaron Taylor Johnson, when he explains it, he's just got like a shit grin because he's like, this doesn't make any sense. Man. I don't know what's going on here. You're going forwards, I'm going backwards. I don't know.
And then it's tough because sometimes people hop and it's like not obvious to me that they hopped, and so then I'm like, I don't even know which direction they're going. Like when he's being like, they want to know where the case is. And I'm like, wait, are you going forward and they're going backwards when one room's blue and one's red? You know, I mean, I don't even know. And could he go backwards and cure his cancer? By the way, I don't know. It's like if you get hit with a bullet that has entropy reversed, you have to go back in time to heal the who. I don't know. Like all that stuff just really confused me.
But like the movie itself is also was a palindrome. What's it forwards and back.
Forward and backwards.
Like,
the name Tenet is full.
You could like start the movie at the end, you know, and you in the middle of the movie is actually the end of the movie, right? Or no? Yeah, the midway point, and then it goes back through it again. I don't know. It's crazy. Like Memento's like that too. Memento, like the end of the movie is actually the middle of the story or something like that, right? Isn't it?
I don't remember it that way, but it's been a while since I've seen Memento.
I thought we started at the most recent, just kept going further back, but I don't remember. Like we just keep going a few minutes back.
Oh, that's right. The black and white matches up with the color at the end of the movie, which is actually like the halfway point in the story.
But like even the opera scene, which looks great. I mean, I love how it looks. I was just trying to wrap my brain around it. Like, so he's CIA pretending to be like Ukrainian police who are having people pretend to be terrorists so they can get rid of some guy. And then he's there as the CIA to save the guy and what he's got and tries to send them down a secret tunnel. But then somebody in Russia kills them. Like, how
wasn't that Sater? Wasn't that Branagh? Don't we learn that later on that he was the one behind all that?
Yeah.
So he was behind what aspect of it?
He was trying to get the algorithm piece.
So was he the fake terrorist in the opera house and the police, or the person who ambushed the guy who didn't end up having the device, right? It's the guy that's what it was. He was the Russian.
But wasn't Pattinson also there?
He was there. He saves protagonist.
Right. He seems he's the guy that
somebody figures out that he's a fake police. They knocks the patch off. That whole sequence I had to rewatch because like the patch happens, there's a line, it cuts away, there's a gunshot which you see off screen, and at first I thought the guy that took the patch, it was really confusing sequence.
But it is a cool stage scene. I mean, it's like a Nolan action scene.
Who's torturing him, right? Who takes his teeth out? Like that's a guy that works for Ukraine. That's a guy that works for Tenet.
I think so.
I think
Tenet? It's a guy that he ended up recruiting in the future. It's a Tenet guy.
The guy that pulls his teeth and beats him up and takes away
Yeah.
his cyanide capsule, which is a fake. Okay. All that stuff is like very trippy and weird. And the guy who introduces him to Tenet and does this gesture, we never see that guy again.
No. He was in Insomnia also, that guy.
Oh yeah, I mean Nolan has his dudes that he uses.
Yeah.
The guy that does the torturing, he's one of the guys in Odyssey, I think, right? I think
Right. And Hamish Patel is also good in this movie. Like he
doesn't get much to do, but yeah, he hits his scenes. How they should. Yeah, these dudes just show up. I'm like, I don't know who these dudes are. I guess they're Tenet. I don't know, but like just all.
But yeah, like so if you go in the machine, and now you are going backwards,
you have to have your own oxygen first. That's a big thing, right?
You can't breathe the regular air, right?
So you have to have entropied oxygen,
and you can't touch yourself. It's the time cop paradox, right? You can't touch yourself.
You're not supposed to see each other. You're not supposed to see yourself.
Well, in time cop, if you touch yourself, you turn into like a big
right, but that's not the rule in this. Like he wouldn't explode if he touched himself in the
he says that.
Yeah, he does say that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's straight time cop.
But like bare skin, because he obviously
Bare
fights
skin,
himself.
right? Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't go bare skin.
Okay.
You can't
Can't go
occupy the
raw.
same space.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got to have a condom on. Okay, got
You
it.
need a
Uh,
prophylactic. Yes.
Yeah. A little barrier.
But then to go back in time, you have
Yeah, because
to.
then your forward going self still exists. Like if I go in the machine, where is my forward going self? Like go? Is it like
It's a
Star
loop, right?
Trek
You're going forward, and then you go in the machine. You're going backwards, and then so there's like you're coexisting.
you basically create a clone of yourself?
Kind of, yeah. That's literally what happens in the movie, right?
Not always though, because not Sator doesn't have a clone of himself, does he?
Pattinson and protagonist fight protagonist.
Right.
I
Yeah.
think it's two dudes, but it's actually one dude.
Yeah, and Sator at the end of the movie, he was on the boat and then he gets kicked off the boat. But then where is he? He's still around at that time during that time.
Right, because he was going backwards.
Yeah.
Huh.
And you could go backwards and then go forwards again, right? So if I wanted to
Right.
like bet on a football game, I
That's-
watch the football game,
Like,
and I go backwards and then go forward and place a bet on what's going to happen.
because like DeBecky, when she gets shot, right, she's shot with an inverted bullet. So they have to get her. She has to go backwards. She has to go back in time, which they put her in the machine. It's like the Inception thing. They have to go deeper. In this way, she has to go backwards to heal her. But then they have to find the other machine to bring her forwards.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. Yes.
That's why they go back to the heist, to the time
But to
heist.
go back to the Freeport, they have to sit in a shipping container for 10 days, right? Like
Going
they have to go
backwards.
back literally
Yeah.
10 days of reverse time.
Yeah, back through the movie, like the whole rest of the movie's happening.
Right, but they're just sitting in a shipping container that time. Like nothing dramatic until they get back. But okay.
So if you did it again, would there be three of you then? Like if you went
Sure.
backwards again, there would be another clone of you, right?
Yeah, I mean there was two, like when he's on the chase in the highway, right? Like they're in a vehicle, the other guy's
That
like driving
part's
backwards. And then he's also the car
wild.
in the middle. He throws it
Right.
and it bounces.
That hits the thing.
He's literally
yeah.
there twice. And so is what's his face?
But
Evil
because he's going
Quarter Ranger.
backwards then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that part tripped me out. I'm like, whoa, wait a second. Because like you've seen all this before, right?
It looks cool, but it's just like, yeah, it's so bizarre to think about. Yeah, so you could theoretically just like if you just waited 5 minutes, went back 5 minutes, you could just keep creating a loop infinitely if you wanted.
That seemed like that would destroy space and time.
Yeah, I mean there are a lot of weird metaphysical implications. But it's
But then you could also have an object, right? Because the entropy or whatever. Is that entropy? Is that what they call it?
yeah, they reverse the entropy.
You could do that on an object, right? The bullet, the gun,
Yeah.
the gold bars. So then that object's going back in time, which is kind of weird.
Yeah, it's inverted.
Right.
So if you took like an inverted shit, the poop would be in the bowl and then you'd sit down and then it'd shoot right back up into you.
Yeah.
Would you have to do that while you're in the machine to do the inverted shit? Or does the shit go through the machine?
Oh
and
yeah,
invert back into you?
yeah, you'd have to invert the shit somehow.
You could do that with ejaculation too. Just all sorts of fun stuff.
Oh, little reverse jizz action.
Yeah.
Wow.
You jizz into the machine and then it
We're-
comes
we're
back.
extrapolating on this
Yeah.
insane logic. You know? Labor.
So you could like,
labor.
if you're inverted, the shipping container example, right? You could just stay inverted forever. Like you could be trapped, right? If like you can't get back to a machine, you're trapped going back in time.
That's right.
And you have to have enough air too. That's the other thing. Like you really need a fuckload of air, right? 'Cause
They
you can't just
kind of
walk-
yada yada that.
They
piece of
do
it.
that for
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah,
Like you need it, but then we're also just don't want to spend a lot of time dealing with it. But yes,
right.
that would be a really big logistical hurdle because you just have to have a self-contained device to go back, or you'd have to have just a lot of oxygen tanks.
But also when they're in the shipping container, he's got the little flap. They're fast and loose with that air thing, right? He's not like in a spaceship where, oh boy, if any reverse air gets in you, you're gonna die. He's opening the thing. Doesn't have a mask on.
Yeah.
It's a little fast and loose with that rule.
Yeah. Well, does he reverse his? I don't know when he reversed. Yeah, I don't know. It's confusing. We obviously don't have it all figured out because it's just really trippy and weird. It's cool visually and it works to make the movie go along. But yeah, it was a lot of those questions. Like what?
Yeah, I mean, for me, like having seen the Odyssey and like Oppenheimer and Dunkirk, like I think this is a lower tier for me of his movies. It's probably like his most just like straight fun movie. We're obviously going deep into it, but you could just watch it for fun.
Well, that's what you should do. It's not really that deep. The ideas are just there. Again, I'm going to say it again. It's a Bond movie. Really, it's the most Bond movie he's ever had. It's fun.
The protagonist thing, I think, is just literally like stupid. Like someone should have been like, "What are you doing? Why? Like, why? Give the guy a fucking name."
He's too beloved, so he doesn't get a name. He has no personality characteristics. He seemingly has no past. All he has is like technical knowledge. I've never seen bomb casing like that. I've seen every single kind. And he makes the perfect heroic choice every time. Like in the opera house, he's not letting people die, so he throws the bomb up to, reduce casualties. He refuses to let the woman die, or the son. Just like constantly can't have any collateral damage. Just a champ every which way. He has swagger. He's never flapped at all. Even when he's getting tortured, he's like still pretty calm, grabbing his teeth pulled out.
The fight scene in the kitchen's pretty cool. It was like, I ordered my hot sauce an hour ago.
Yeah. Oh, it's great. It's a great little like hand to hand.
It's with the cheese grater. Cheese grater. I've never seen that before.
Oh yeah, the whole thing was good. That's one of the downsides though of the backwards thing is like. The fighting when it's backwards, it's just not as good because it's just confusing and weird. Like to me, it was just a really nice, tight, well choreographed action scene.
You realize that he's actually not trying to fight him, right? He's trying to get away.
Yeah, you're right.
Once you see it in reverse,
it makes more sense, right? Yes, they're not trying to hurt each other, or he's not trying to hurt the other guy, and you even see Robert Pattinson had to be like, "Hey, don't shoot him." Be bad, and then he gets pulled out. But it still isn't kinetically as exciting. I don't know. I just a good old choreographed kinetic action scene. It's just really fun. So it was good. Yeah, I mean, but he's so surreal. He's just so not a person. He's clearly just a character. But yeah, he's like James Bond. James Bond isn't a person in most movies. Doesn't have a past. Doesn't have a family. He just robotically does the right thing at every step of the way. That's fine. That works.
Yeah.
It's just fun. Yeah, it's just fun. Yeah, it's not the greatest Nolan either, but it really is just a fun movie that got lost amidst the COVID stuff.
Yeah, I was looking at it. Still actually did pretty well. I didn't see it in the theater just because it was like, we're still COVID had like kind of died that summer, and then I think this movie came out in August. I think it was supposed to come out. Yeah, that's when COVID started to spike again. Was like in the fall, but it was supposed to come out earlier, right? And then they delay it a few times, and then he's like, "Fuck it, we're just putting it out in the theater." Like, I don't really care if people get COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought it probably the first weekend that it came out.
Yeah, I did too. But it still looks like gross 366 million worldwide. So
was it like the best of 2020? Did anything do even any better than that?
It's the fifth highest grossing movie. There's a couple that were early in 2020, like the Bad Boys movie did really well.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, so there's the Demon Slayer, Bad Boys for Life, and then Tenet. So it was really probably outside of these movies that were in China, the second highest grossing movie of 2020.
Yeah. I remember being like the only one that did decently.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess the like Chinese and Japanese film markets still did pretty well in 2020, which is interesting. They didn't shut down movie theaters. Yeah, I think like a sequel to this would be cool, or a sequel to Inception. He'll never do that.
And God bless him for that. He did his idea.
Yeah.
He executed it. He doesn't need to go do that well again.
No. But for me, even if it's low tier Nolan, it's still like a 4.5 star movie. Like, I mean, he can't make a bad movie if you ask me.
Insomnia is pretty close, I think, but
it's not a bad movie.
It's close,
in my opinion.
But yeah, Tenet's really good. Four stars is where I'm at. It's a really, really good time. I didn't end up thinking about it a lot afterwards. Like, I kind of really enjoyed it watching it, had a lot of fun. And the next day I was kind of like, oh yeah, don't really remember it that much.
Yeah, that's why it's a 3.5 star movie for me. And the criticism you gave that is cold really, I felt hits the mark on this one. There's just no heart to this movie aside from Pattinson, and he's not in it enough for me.
Yeah. Yeah, like Inception could be that, but it has this like, dead wife story. There's Leo is so emotional. He's like a real human in that movie.
Yeah.
He's like a cool guy, but he's like a broken man with a dead wife. And it's funny that Nolan has those like criticism. Like all his main characters have to have a dead wife. You can't understand what they're saying. You got to mess with time.
And he has a penchant for being cold. I mean, I think sometimes he doesn't do emotions well. He just doesn't.
Yeah, that's my big beef with The Odyssey as well. I felt that was pretty cold of a movie.
I don't know. I thought the Damon wanting to get home, like that felt like a real emotional stakes, not just like physical stakes. But I see that. Yeah, I don't totally disagree with that.
So I'm still working through my feelings on The Odyssey. The pitching the Trojan horse as like the catalyst for the Bronze Age collapse is wild. That like took me out when Matt Damon literally says our Bronze Age is collapsing. It's like, oh, okay. I can't believe you put that line in the movie, but it's another podcast. I don't know. It's really goofy.
From like a historical standpoint, you just completely disagree with that statement?
I don't disagree. I think it's a weird thing to do with The Odyssey, a movie that has Cyclops and men being turned into pigs and all this crazy, crazy stuff. And then we're looking at just this one act is the event that ends anyway, it's...
Well, they say that Zeus line so many times about...
I'm like, yeah, what is Zeus's law really? Like, how does it apply?
Well, they broke Zeus's law by doing the Trojan horse.
I understand that, but then were the suitors in his house that were eating up all the resources, were they breaking Zeus's law? Were they being kind? Does Zeus's law say you get to be mean to beggars and call them plate lickers and do all this other weird stuff? Does it mean you get to invite people? I don't know. Like, what are the implications of Zeus's law? What does it mean?
Seems to be like... there were raiders that were attacking villages, breaking Zeus's law, and he figures that it was all because of the Trojan horse.
Right, but I don't think raids were...
Isn't it more that he tempted the gods with that, like by sacking Troy and killing all those people and destroying that entire civilization, that they've, basically offended the gods, and that's why he had to go through all of that, is because of the consequences of what he did.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think that's what the movie wants you to think, but then the whole
wouldn't that be the end of the Bronze Age, right? You just destroyed Troy. You just burned it to the ground. Like you,
But
the entire.
you talked about it being, that it had to do with institutions not being valued. That Zeus's law doesn't really matter unless people believe in it and act on it. And
It's
so
ultimately an anti-Trump movie, don't you think?
I think it's a lot more broad than just one person.
Anti-fascism, yeah.
Well, but the whole thing is like you could talk about it, anti-fascism, I don't know what you want to say, decency. It's like liberal institutions don't mean anything if we stop believing in them is probably the implication. Not so much that it's just one guy; it's that we just stop thinking it matters. But even then, who all would know about the sack of Troy and why would that change the behavior? And there had to be raids
Everybody
from the
know
sea.
about it. Yeah.
Raids from the sea probably been happening as long as there have been ships and villages by the sea. I don't think that's
the English keep coming, right? And
the English
or the Vikings or so. I don't know who's
we are
raiding?
like thousands of years from the Vikings and the British.
What's happening on England? Is that like William
England's
Wallace?
a bunch
and shit?
of Germanic tribes. Yeah, this is nothing. It's not anything gigantic and advanced or whatever you want to say. So I don't know. Like he's the first guy to think of doing some trickery to win a war. Like that can't be. He can't be the first guy that did something duplicitous to win a war. Like
Well,
nobody
no, I
else
mean
did
it's
anything awful.
why they did it too, right? Like why did they sack Troy?
Well, but people were fighting for territory and power
yeah,
long before.
But that's why you're tempting the gods by doing that.
And why did the gods intervene? And of all the things he did,
that's what Athena was doing.
Why are random soldiers punished for the actions of the leaders? Right, like
they were all
Agamemnon
punished.
wanted to fight. Why
he was punished? He's in fucking hell.
I know, but what about the random just soldiers? What about Elliot Page? Why was he tortured? He was brought to the war as a boy in a draft. What was he supposed to do? Run off? What do the gods want for? I mean, what does that even? Anyway, we are getting way off. This is nothing to do with Tenet.
Odyssey deep dive here.
I'm saying it anyway. I'm not saying it's bad, but I'm wrestling with my thoughts of the anyway. I find it weird. One action would be considered the cause of the Bronze Age collapse in a movie with a bunch of mythological creatures and sirens and giant worm things, and I don't know. But that's neither here nor there. Tenet. Fun action thriller that's not...
I think that's all we got to say about it. Yeah. Yeah, check it out. If you haven't seen it, check it out.
You haven't heard of it? Check it out.
Palindrome is the word I was thinking of.
Yeah. A man, a plan, Panama.
They should have just given him a name that's a palindrome. You know.
What's a palindrome name? What do you think? Come up with one. Bob.
Bob would be one, yeah. Just call him Bob.
Doesn't sound very cool.
Yeah.
Bob.
Bob Law.
Bob La. Okay.
I wonder if he had Pattinson named Neil for like a homage to Heat, because his name's Neil in Heat. There's a lot of heat, like the car chase stuff is a big Heat. I thought it was a lot like Heat, the shootout.
Yeah,
sure. Are the gods cool with giant cannibals? Like, is that Zeus's law? What is that? What do the gods think about that? Is it polite to murder people that show up on your shore and destroy their boats? Anyway, is that a violation of Zeus's law? Is Zeus like, no, it makes sense? What? Anyway,
I think you're broadening out. Zeus's law was just like treat everybody like they could be Zeus. Like even
so what does that mean? Because Zeus might smite you, or because
it could be Zeus. Yeah.
So that's really just a statement of power, right? It's not even really about ethics. It's just
like be kind to everybody.
Well, that's like treat a gun like it's loaded, even if you don't think it is. Treat a stranger like they might be Zeus because you might hurl lightning bolts at you. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
it's
then,
not like,
but why does Zeus care about violating?
do good things, otherwise you might go to hell, right? I mean, that's the same
do we
idea.
know if there's a heaven in this? I
No.
think like there's only a hell anyway. Everybody's
Well,
going
no,
to
it's
hell no matter
just
what.
to get into heaven, you got to do Jesus stuff,
Well, but this is like thousands of years before.
I know. I'm saying it's the same idea.
Well, okay. I'm saying I don't know if the Greeks had a heaven. Like their afterlife seems to be just hell. I don't know. Was there a Greek version other than? I mean, we see a bunch of soldiers go to hell.
You're really diving deep on this Odyssey
Sorry,
stuff.
I know. I thought it'd be funny to go back in. But,
so you didn't like it?
No, I didn't say disliked it.
Whoa!
I'm not sure what
a big zag. You guys didn't like the Odyssey, huh?
No, I had complicated feelings about it. It's
Kevin thought it was cold, and you're breaking down Zeus's law.
Well, the movie talks about it all the time. I'm like, what does this mean? How do you apply Zeus's law as a meaningful behavioral standard in reality is what I'm wondering. What does that really mean? Like I think in the context of war, they don't, right? It's repeated a lot, but I didn't really explore it in a way that I could wrap my head around. And are the gods real? Is it just a projection? And
the gods were real.
Okay.
Poseidon was the father of the
Cyclops.
Giants. Yeah, Cyclops.
I was reading, or maybe it was a podcast was talking about like the idea of most of the myths in like the Odyssey is based on the fact that people couldn't see very well because they didn't have glasses, and that and then the stories would get like exaggerated over time. Like the sirens, like they couldn't see that they were like seals or other things that they just didn't realize they weren't mermaids because nobody had glasses. Like
makes sense.
The guy looked really big, but he wasn't. You couldn't, your vision wasn't great. You couldn't tell that he only had one eye or not. That's kind of a funny theory.
Makes sense.
All right. Enough of the Odyssey, enough of Tenet, enough of Christopher Nolan for a while. Apparently, you guys are all just soured on Nolan.
I didn't
about
say
to win
sour.
he's
You're
about
the
to
one
win
who's defensive about this.
back-to-back
I have complicated
Oscars.
thoughts about the movie. It's just that's all it is. It's not like a shitty movie. I don't hate it. I just have complicated thoughts about the ideas and the structure of the movie, and I'm still wrapping my brain around it. I'm thinking about the Odyssey more than I think about Tenet, which itself is probably a compliment for the Odyssey. I'm at least intrigued. The Tenet had no ideas that really stuck with it, but Odyssey's got some weird implications.
All right. Well, Kevin, what are we watching next?
Year of Our Lord 2014. The setting of this movie is in 1987.
Little period piece.
Yep. It had a budget of 24 million. It raked in 19.2 million, so it was a loss.
Okay. It raked it in. Okay.
And it was directed by something called Bennett Miller.
Bennett Miller.
Set in 1987. I don't know.
Are they going back in time in this movie? Is there do they go through a machine in there? No.
There's no time machine in this movie that I know of. I haven't seen this movie yet, though, so
could be one.
Could be like a hot tub time machine.
I got nothing.
Yeah.
Let's see. Vanessa Redgrave is in this movie. Dame Vanessa Redgrave.
Sure. Okay.
Mark Ruffalo. Channing Tatum.
Tatum.
Okay.
What were Tatum and Ruffalo doing in 2014?
I mean, he's in the throes of being Hulk, but I mean, he's not Tatum, obviously, but Ruffalo.
And directed by some
Can't be Magic
obscure-
Mike. That's not set in 1987.
Bennett Miller, the director, he directed Moneyball, was the previous movie that he did.
Oh.
I always forget that Sorkin just wrote that movie. He didn't actually direct it. So it's follow up to Moneyball with Ruffalo and Tatum.
Oh, is it Foxcatcher?
Yes, it is.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
There we go.
I haven't
Who is
seen it.
Channing Tatum in this movie?
He's the main wrestler dude. He's like the main character or a main character, one of the two.
Isn't Steve Carell the main character?
You can debate which of the two is the main. Those would be the two dudes. They are
Oh, yeah.
a lot together. They both have a shitload of screen time.
Got it.
Yeah, this is a movie that's been on my radar for a while. I purchased it meaning to watch it a while ago, probably like 10 years ago. I never got to it. So,
I mean, yeah, I forgot that it's Tatum, but I mean, yeah, he kind of melts into the role a bit. Okay.
yeah, I could buy him as a wrestler. I can see that.
Oh, that's right. Vanessa Redgrave is the mom. Okay. Fantastic. Okay. I think I remember you finding this movie off-putting and not liking it, Eric, but we'll see.
Yeah, I don't remember loving it.
There's no ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Yeah. But I'll revisit it. I remember
man.
Carell's really good.
Yeah, I think he was nominated for Best Actor.
Yeah. And
Best
was it
Supporting-
nominated for Best Picture too?
Best
I think that's
Director.
probably why I watch it. Oh,
I don't know if it made a nomination for
was
Best
it on the
Picture.
Best Pick? Okay.
No.
It won, or no, it received a nomination for Golden Globe for Best Picture,
Mm.
but not
Okay.
the Academy Awards. It was Best Director.
Okay.
All right. Cool.
Interesting.
Foxcatcher.
Okay.
Check it out. And now we'll see you guys at the beginning.
Thank you for listening to
This
the
is-
Pod of Dreams. If you listen, we will pod. Today we're talking Tenet.
This is the end of a wonderful friendship. Or the
we get into
beginning?
some
This
stuff.
is the beginning. Yeah. We're just
From my
getting started.
perspective, the end, but from your perspective, the beginning, we get into some
Right.
stuff.
Yeah. Thank you. Hello.